record. All right, amazing weekend for those of you guys who weren't able to do conference in person. My heart goes out to you. I know we're all so hoping and so excited for next year that we're all going to be able to be back in the same room and feeling that same energy. And for those of you guys who were able to get together either in small groups or come hang out with us, like it was incredible. And hopefully you guys had the same experience. So tonight I want to keep it real quick. I just kind of want to share some of our takeaways, go over some of the announcements and things like that. As we are finishing out, January here, I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time because I know so many of you guys are pushing for insane promotions and insane bonuses. And so I'm so proud of you guys. So let's talk about this new product. Like, who is so dang excited for some skinny tea? Like, drop a 1 in the comments if you've already placed that order. I'm telling you, they announced it and I was already pulling eSweet up. I was so dang excited. I don't know if you guys have tried the gummies yet, but for me personally, I started seeing results of the gummies way quicker than I have any other product. Like, the scale hasn't changed, but when I looked in the mirror, I was like, oh shoot, what is going on here? And so I'm so excited to implement this product in as well. And the fact that it's caffeine free, like that is huge. And I love that we are taking as a company and diving into experiment with so many different caffeine free options with weight loss that people are just eating up. And so we want to make sure that we are definitely, being super loud about this. And right now we have these 2 options. And one of those is going away. So it's either going to be lemon or it's going to be rosé, but both are not going to stay. And so we want to make sure that we are being super active and talking about this friendly competition between these 2 products, that we're not letting people just order rosé. We're getting them to add the lemon too, so they know exactly what they want. They can put their vote in, and we want to be able to do the same. So make sure you guys are taking advantage, getting that product and trying it out some yourself. And I kind of love the way they did conference this year. I know it was a little different with obviously being virtual and having like the different breakout sections, but how cool were some of those workshops they did where you had the freedom to kind of view what you saw was important and do it in an environment where you could ask questions. And I know we spent a lot of time on the compensation plan, which was so exciting to be able to sit down and talk not only about learning about it, but then talk about the nitty gritties, the things in between, the things that we often have questions about and don't always have the opportunity to ask. And so I loved the way that worked. And then we had the whole compliance video. We had all of these different amazing tools that I think, corporate really did an amazing job to outdo their situation, especially within the bounds of being virtual this year. And guys, do we even need to talk about these bonuses? Like, who is so dang excited about bonuses? And when you put a 2 in the chat, if you've already earned a bonus, and I want you to put a 3 in the chat if you are about to go and earn yourself a bonus, because I should have everyone in the chat now, because either you already earned it or you about to, boo, because we're going big this year. And so I'm so excited about these bonuses. And so we've got the $5,000 Emerald bonus, $10,000 diamond bonus, and $20,000 double diamond bonus. And so if you guys are brand new distributors, not only can they join for $39, but they have 2 calendar months to go Emerald, 3 to go diamond, and then 4 to go double diamond. If you guys have been here for a minute, you are not new, and then you have until the end of February to go double diamond to get those bonuses. And so you got the Emerald one, the diamond, and the double. And best of all, they're 100% stackable. So you don't just have to wait and get the diamond bonus at 10,000. You can also get the 5,000 for Emerald and just stack those 2 up. And so I am obsessed with these. And where are my leaders at, guys? Now we also have these amazing Stack It bonuses, up to $5,000 in Stack It bonuses added for every single person coded to you. Like, they literally were like, hey, you guys want money? Here it is. There's so much potential going right now. And not only are you guys, super excited about going diamond to get, that $10,000 bonus, but once you get diamond, you then get to unlock these Stack It bonuses for your new distributors that you're bringing in. And they have up to 4 months to go double, and you get the Stack It bonuses off of that. So it's really just like constantly evolving. I am obsessed with the way they did bonuses this year. So I don't want to run my mouth too terribly much, because hopefully all of you guys saw conference. If not, you definitely need to find a way to watch the replay, go watch a bunch of, a ton of top leaders have all done different recaps. Go watch all of those, get little bits and pieces from everyone's point of view. And make sure, I do want to go over this, one of the dirty laundries, or whatever it's called. But we've got to make sure that we are staying super compliant, because there's a lot going on right now with people being incompliant with these bonuses. And so nothing's changed. We are still not allowed to use dollar amounts. So when you're posting, you can talk about these bonuses, you know, the 4 figures and 5 figures and big bonuses and life-changing bonuses, but we don't want to be including dollar amounts. We don't want to say $10,000 bonus. And I know we've seen a lot of leaders out there who are sharing the bonus amounts anyway. This is not a company thing. Like, this whole compliance issue is not just, it works. The people over all network marketing, if they see you posting about the bonuses and stuff and dollar amounts and all that, they can fine you. And then if it works gets in trouble with those people, they can shut down your account. So we want to make sure that we are being ridiculously compliant, because this is our golden egg, guys. This is an amazing opportunity, amazing business, and you don't have to go out there and tell everyone on a post what the freaking bonus is in order to sign distributors. And so I want to make sure we are being, working with super integrity, and we are being genuine, and we are staying very, very compliant. So I have a couple girls on here who are going to share some of their takeaways and aha moments as they went through conference. And so, Sarah, girlfriend, if you want to unmute yourself and share us what you learned, your favorite moments, your best segments, all of that.
All right. Hey, guys. I hope y'all are having a freaking amazing night, pushing towards month end. It is always so exciting. I'm so glad you said that about compliance too, because it's so easy to get caught up and excited when we're like, oh my God, we're pushing for all of these big bonuses. So I'm glad you reiterated that. Guys, for me, conference was crazy because I was able to go to our conference last year in Tampa, which was so amazing because it was so full of hype and energy. You know, you're in a crowd full of people, like you got the stage, you got all these things going, which was so exciting and amazing. But this year, it was so crazy because although it was different, it was a very like serene, focused, like it was just like a beautiful different type of energy. Like it was still exciting, but it was so focused. And so for me the biggest thing was when Mark was talking about his experience crossing the fire. Like I was sitting, when Mariah asked us to do this, I was really sitting there thinking, I was like, out of everything that was said and everything that went on, what was the biggest thing? And that was really it. Mark was talking about his experience with the team and just crossing that fire. And I was really thinking about that. Like if you had an opportunity to go across, like you have to walk across fire, he said it. What kind of position are you going to get in? Like, what is your go-to move? And so for me, I was sitting there, of course, like for some reason, my mind went to the Heisman. So I'm over there like, hey, like get in the Heisman move. Like that's what I'm thinking. Because in that moment, you get this sort of, you know what I mean? Like you get, when you're getting in that position, when you're getting ready to cross whatever that goal, whatever that mission, whatever it is in life, when we have something like that to accomplish. And like I said, if you put yourself in the position when you're like, I have this fire that I'm about to walk across, what is going on through your head, through your mind? You're probably excited, you're pumped. You wake up in the morning, you're like, oh my God, I'm about to walk across fire today. So like you have to get game ready. And we have the opportunity to put ourselves in that position every single day. That's what resonated with me. I was like, really, how would I be feeling? I would be like, okay, so to be able to like take that and apply that to our every single day and in our business, like we have the ability to do that. So like what position are we going to get in? How are we going to get ready for our day? How are we going to keep that? And so he talked about also just, you know, you have the sideline, you kind of drown out the noise, even though you've got some people cheering for you, some people in awe, like all of this going on around you, you're so focused, you know. And so even if you step out of the fire, this was just so powerful. He's like, even if you step out of the fire, you make it halfway through, you started. And that's the scariest thing and the first step. But you started in this position ready to go, and you can always bring yourself back to that. So that whole experience was just really big for me. It was really moving, really powerful. And so it really resonated with me that every single day I have that option to get in that gaming position, get my mind right. What am I going to do? And carry that through and stay focused on my goal no matter what. So that was it. That was all I got.
I absolutely loved that. I know we spoke so much while we were there. I feel like every time we were circling back around, anytime that we were, just fireside conversation, all that, we kept talking about how we got to choose and define who we were. We talked a lot about affirmations and the power of that and being able to, um, control and define who you are. Like we get to go to bed weighted or whatever that is. We get to have the bad night's sleep, whatever that is. But in the morning, we get to wake up and we get to define ourselves. We get to show up and we get to say, this is who I'm going to be today. And, we can define that in whatever we want. We can get in our go to position. We can get in our stance, ready to run, ready to take on the fire every morning. And we get to choose to do that. And we're in a culture and an environment that teaches us to choose to do that. And that is so rare and so beautiful. And that was just an amazing aha moment. Like that was super good, Sarah. Thank you for sharing. And next we're going to hear from Mama Alicia over here rocking her baby. If you can unmute yourself. Awesome.
Hello.
Okay. So we just want to know, what is your biggest takeaway, like your biggest aha moment from the weekend?
Okay. My biggest takeaway from it was basically, if it scares you, then you're supposed to do it. Like, how can I explain it? I get so nervous. Like this right here, right now. This is the perfect way to explain it. Like I'm very freaking nervous, but I'm still doing no matter what, because if the outcome is going to be good, then why not go for it? You know what I mean? Every day we wake up, if we're just being consistent doing this business, we're going to make it. Another thing that I learned, it's okay to hear a no. It's okay to wake up and you're doing your business and people are like, no, I don't want to do this. But every single no is going to get you closer to a yes. So like you just keep going, you keep going, and you'll get it. Another thing I took away is just from a side conversation with Sarah is like self-development. I kept hearing no, and it just kind of got me discouraged. You know what I mean? And I stopped doing my self-development and everything like that. And then it kind of just took me away. So we go through life in general, like whether it's a business or without our business, we need to do self-development. I'm telling you, it's going to get you pretty far. And I'm really nervous, and that's it.
You're good. I'm so proud of you for even hopping on here and sharing. I know you were so nervous about it, and it really is just a great testimony to like what you were saying your biggest takeaway was. Like you learned not only to do this, but then you actually implemented it. And so often we get to hear these big ideas and we get to learn these moments, and then we just sit on them and we're like, oh yeah, no is okay. And oh yeah, let's do scary things. But when a scary thing comes, we still revert to our, our fear and our hiddenness, and we just sit down. We're like, well, the next time. And so I'm proud of you for living your aha moment, for stepping out there and for sharing those couple of takeaways tonight. For me, this was a very different experience. This is going to be my third conference. And so first conference I went to, I promoted Diamond at conference, and it was like the hypest thing I've ever experienced. Like I can't even put words to it. And last year at conference, I was very broken. I was very broken in my business. I was very broken as who I was as a person. And I went into conference expecting magic to happen, but not willing to be open to it, not willing to change or listen and be open. I just wanted something magical to happen to fix me. And I did not get a lot taken away. I cried at conference, and not the good kind. Like it was just a very difficult time for me. And so this conference came around and it was so different. And I really didn't know what to expect. I was terrified because this was my first real chance to step out into leadership in the way that I've always envisioned. And so I was so scared. I had no expectations. I had no idea what to expect, because I had seen both the high and the low of conference. And so I got to go into this conference with a very open heart and just, inviting God into it and allowing him to show up and being willing to step up, to open my mouth and just praying that he's the one that came out of it. And it ended up being such an incredible weekend for me. Like, I don't even know where to start with like takeaways. And I don't know if they were even very many takeaways structurally with business as much as it was personally in the fellowship and in the worship night. Like, guys, I love me some church worship and I will get down, but I've never worshiped so hard as I did in the living room of our house at conference. And just to see God move in so many ways and to see so many hard conversations that, we would sit down and we would just start talking and people would just start opening up and like, wow, I've never said this before to someone and all that, and to being able to talk through it. And it's so business related because, you join for money and you stay for the friendships. But personally, it was so cool to see how God uses this business for such a bigger purpose. And there's so many amazing tools we get, and we get the awesome tools from events. We get the trainings and we get the compliance videos and we get the comp plan, and we get to see people promote and make more money and get hype about bonuses, and all of that is so amazing. But the intimacy that this conference allowed is something that I think will forever change who I am as a person and what my business is going to become. I no longer have expectations, and I mean that in the good, like, best way possible. Like this month was, just another month for us. Like, volume's up, which is great, but that's just kind of where we were. But God is just doing things, and the different relationships we built and the way God was able to work, it made me feel like I couldn't live small anymore. I think that's probably the biggest thing I got away from it all, is just stop living small. We are created for so much. Like, God said that we are created for abundance. And why the heck am I staying in my struggle boat over here pretending to be abundant when, gosh dang, he sees through it all, and so does everybody else. And I'm just sitting here comfortable ish, not even, but comfortable ish. I've gotten comfortable in my mess. I've gotten comfortable not being able to pay the bills sometimes. I've gotten comfortable having to work extra hours. I've gotten comfortable arguing about money. I've gotten comfortable not leading Zooms because I'm scared. I've gotten comfortable being insecure. I've gotten comfortable doubting myself. I've got comfortable with negative self-talk, and I just lived there. And this conference really forced me to step up and to step out and to let it go. And I no longer feel like I can live small. I no longer feel like it's okay to just wake up and go through the day. I no longer feel like I have 24 hours that are just 24 hours. I feel like I'm called to do something with those hours now, just like every one of you guys are. The difference between the top 150, the difference between the top 2, the top 4, the top 10, and where you're at is not time, is not ability, is not looks, is not who their leader is, it's not who their downline is. It literally just is the fact that they have the 24 hours that we have, but they know what to do with it. They don't let the time just float by. They invest it. We join businesses like this because we need money so often. But guys, money is a resource that's very abundant. You can always get more money. And it's a great opportunity here to get that more money, but you can always get more money, but there, you can't always get that more time. And that's really where the value of this business is not in the financial side of it, but in the time. You get to take control of your time. You get to have 24 hours deposited into your account every day, and you get to invest it instead of having a boss invest it for you. And instead of having toxic relationships invest it for you and all that, you get to show up and you get to tell your time where to go. You get to be in control, and you get to live your 24 hours as if they are the last 24 hours, as if they're the most important 24 hours. You get to define who you show up as, you get to define who you go to bed as, and you get to control everything in between. And when you step into that and you accept that responsibility, you no longer can accept the excuses. You can no longer accept the doubt and accept the complacency, because you have to answer for it. It's so easy up until now just to kind of let things go. Well, it was a bad day. Well, I overslept. Well, my husband, Lord Jesus, he needed to go back to bed. Like, my dogs were acting crazy, or my kid, like, can it go back? Like, I'm out. Jesus, take the wheel. And it's so easy to let all of these excuses come in. But when you accept the responsibility for your 24 hours, you no longer can do that without making a conscious decision. You can't just say, oh, well, it's a bad day, because you accept the fact that you had a bad moment. And then you chose to let it be a bad day, instead of you just had a bad moment and you're like, you know what, that's cool. I got however many more moments in a day. I got 23 more hours today that I get to be okay with. And I think learning to accept that, to take that responsibility, and then to take control of it really was eye-opening for me this weekend. I think that's pretty much all that I have for you guys. Is there anyone else on that would love to share an aha moment from your conference experience? If so, we'll go for it. If not, I'll wrap it up. I'll give you guys like 30 seconds if you guys do want to share. But if not, I will wrap it up. Okay, I think we're good. I want to keep it super sweet, super short. I just wanted to, one, create an opportunity for people to share. Like I know Alicia, we were talking to her a couple minutes ago, like she's so nervous about this. And I love that we were able to create the opportunity for her to speak and for that leadership. And I think that was one of my biggest reasons of wanting to hop on here. I wanted to go over compliance. That was a big thing too. And just, I don't know, just wanted to touch base, guys. Like I am seriously so excited. Who's excited about ending January? Like I want you to put it like 17 in the comments because I don't know what number we're on. If you are like hype about ending January, if you guys have shown up for your business, if your volume's up, if you're close to a promotion, if you're re-ranking, if whatever that looks like for you, if you are freaking hype, like let's go, because this is the start of something so big, guys. 2021 is going to be a year unparalleled to anything that's happened before. And just like my second conference I went to, it's only going to be that way for you if you're not expecting magic. If you're willing to show up, work real hard, pray way harder, this is going to be your year that is going to define everything. This is going to be the year that you're going to be able to, in 5 years from now, look back and be like, dude, the freaking concrete I poured in 2021, the foundation I laid and built in 2021. Now I'm making $100,000 a year. Now I'm making $100,000 a month. And it all starts now. It all starts during this season, during this moment, during this time. And you got to be the one to pour the concrete. You got to be the one to build that foundation. It's not going to build itself. But I promise you, if you can connect with that, if you can connect with why you're here, with where you're going, with what you want, with what God is calling you to, and you start building that house, you start pouring that concrete, man, like goodness, you don't even know what's coming. God has such big things in store for all of you guys. And I just want to say thank you for hopping on. We are going to be starting these weekly huddles every Wednesday night. I've got some guest speakers lined up, all kinds of things coming. So do put this on your calendar. Also, you guys can hop on at 11 a.m. Eastern time every day, Monday through Friday. We do a power hour at this ID. And then Sunday nights before the family call, we do a plan your week power hour. And those are going to be all continuing throughout the year. So hopefully I see all of you guys a ton more. I love you all dearly.